Okay, guys, welcome back to another stream this morning. I'm very happy, very pleased to be here with you once again. In this particular stream, we'll be discussing about the number one strategy of local chicken farming. Okay, it's something which I would like to share with you about the breeds that I've created, the local chicken breed, our own layers that we have created. They've started laying. So I just want to share an experience with you and the system or the strategy I've used to create those layers. Okay, so if this is your first time on this particular channel, I'm Isaac from Senai Farms, and in this farm I raise local chickens. And if you want to learn about local chicken farming and how to raise local chickens as a business, then you must subscribe to the channel and follow. And also, if you join the stream, make sure to make yourself available to connect. That means you have to comment, leave your name, your channel name, anything you have regarding yourself, leave it in the live chat. Okay, so loyal followers, the loyal subscribers, Obitex from Nigeria, Israel, Esther, Mauli, guys from Kenya, Uganda, guys, I love you all. Good morning. How are you? So guys, if you are new to the channel, as I've already said, I'm learning a lot, and currently I've started with rabbitry. I'm learning more about rabbits because there are systems which we must understand as individuals, that we can use those systems to make money. So we will not just focus our energy, our potentials on one particular thing. So that is why I'm still learning about rabbits, because of the people living in urban centers, so that they can also begin to learn and how to do it. Okay, so I'm also learning about rabbits, and then I'm implementing some strategies whenever it comes to the rabbits. But this particular stream is purely for local chickens. Okay, now if you join this particular stream and then you don't watch the stream, or you stumble upon the stream after the stream has ended, you stumble on this particular video, and then you've told yourself that, okay, this guy is not fluent, or this guy is just blabbing, and then you just click off. Guys, if you click on this particular video, just understand that you are here to learn, and then you are here to hear real figures, facts. Okay, so guys, without much ado, let's hop on into this particular video. Now, I supposed to record this video in the farm, or I supposed to stream from the farm, but you know, time is not at our disposal, and also there are noises out there. We are having some kind of funeral out there, so that is why I'm indoors. Okay, so forgive me, else I'll show you the bets. So I'll record a video to share with you the progress so far if I'm picking eggs today. Okay, so guys, without much ado, let's hop on into this particular video. Now, the first thing we have to understand about local chickens is they are unique breeds whenever it comes to chickens. Local breeds, the breeds of chickens you have in your community, is unique on its own. That means it has its own merits and demerits. Okay, but as a farmer, there are systems which you have to employ in order to improve upon the demerits, and there are systems which you have to put in place to actually also better the merits. So the indigenous chickens, our village chickens that we have, they are unique breeds, and then they have their own advantages. So the first advantage you have to accept the fact is that our local chickens, they are free rangers, they are scavengers, they can look for their own feed. So it's an advantage. Okay, but if you want to raise them on a commercial scale, and then you have to change that particular setting, you have to use another setting altogether. Okay, but if you have a space, if you have a field where you can raise them on a free range, then you can do it. But whenever it comes to Ghana, in our villages, you could see that most people don't have the space enough. So if you want to raise the local chickens on a commercial scale, then you have to bring in the settings of how to raise the chickens on a commercial scale. Okay, the setting of how they raise layers, how they raise the broilers, you have to bring that same setting whenever it comes to the local chickens. You don't have to think that they are free rangers, they are scavengers. They will look for their own feed. So if you want to raise them on a commercial scale, you want to raise them as a complete business, you just leave them on their own to wander around. No. Even though it's an advantage, you have to improve upon that advantage. That's bringing in the commercial setting. Okay, that is the first thing. Now, the second thing is, whenever it comes to the feeding, most people think since they are scavengers, they will look for their own feed and water and they'll be cool. But you must remember that whenever you bring the commercial setting, then taking care of the chickens in terms of feeding, medication, supplementing, and giving them water is now your duty or your responsibility as a farmer. Okay, those things are part of the commercial scale whenever it comes to the chickens. But most farmers, sometimes we do this, we try to raise the chickens on semi-intensive system. We just feed them once, and then in the afternoon session or in another session, we leave them to wander around. Now, though it's also a way to raise the chickens. If you want to scale up your farm, what I'm practicing, you have to use the intensive system only. Okay, you have to commercialize everything. Make sure you are feeding the birds consistently. Okay, you don't think that they are local chickens, so you just leave them or you just feed them once and that's all. You are not going to get the result. You must understand that these are also chicken breeds. So if you commercialize your farm, you are going to see results. You are going to see the result that you want. So guys, that is what you have to take note of. You have to take note of that. You have to note it very recommendable. Okay, you cannot downplay that. Now, when it comes to my breeds, you must understand that we said this is a demerit, but you can actually improve upon it. So we know our breeds, our village chickens, they lay small eggs and fewer eggs. Okay, in a month, you can have a local bird giving you 10, 12, 8, as low as 7 eggs in a month. And these eggs are not that big. They are small and medium eggs. But you, the farmer, you have to understand that since they are unique breeds, you can also improve upon their laying performances. Okay? Now, the first way to improve, most people don't accept the fact that it's the first way. It's just commercializing. If you commercialize the farm and then you are feeding the birds consistently, you are giving them enough feed, you are giving them the required feed, and then giving them quality drinking water, supplementing them, it's going to improve upon their laying performance about 10, 20, 30%. So if you have a bird giving you, let's say 12 eggs, you can see that bird in a month giving you like 16, 17 eggs because of that commercial system that you bring in. Okay, now we must understand how do birds lay, what and how their system is built to lay. Birds lay when they are free from stress. But if you stress chickens, they are not going to lay. So feed stress, heat stress. If our local chickens are wandering around, they are stressing themselves. Okay, that is what is causing them not to be laying much eggs. Okay, they use the feed that they've taken, that they've moved around to take, instead of them to use that feed to form the eggs and lay, they rather use that feed to sustain their lives. That is chickens. Yeah, that is what they are meant for. So they will use the feed, they will convert the feed to support their life rather than laying eggs. So you, the farmer, you have to understand that if you commercialize the farm, you are going to improve upon their laying performance. So commercializing is going to help improve upon their laying performance. Now, the next thing you have to understand is, if you want to improve, the second system or the second strategy you can use is actually getting a unique breed, a heritage breed with that high laying capacity, and then you crossbreed it with the locals. Okay, for example, We have the Rhode Island Red. If you can get the Rhode Island Red Pure Roaster, these are heritage breeds. They are also local breeds. Okay, I call them local breeds. They are calling them heritage breeds. They are also their own chickens. These chickens, they have the high laying capability. Okay, their gene is a high laying gene. So if you can get the pure Rhode Island Red Rooster, then if you cross them with your local chicks, the offspring that you are going to get, their laying performance or their laying percentage will be higher than that of their parents. Okay, the offspring, the F1 you'll be getting, their laying performance will be higher than that of their parents. Okay, now some people think if you crossbreed these two birds, then you are creating not a local chicken. I want to ask you, do you know how can we have our birds in our villages? How the system? Okay, all the chickens we are having in our various villages, in our various towns and communities, they are being crossbreeds. Okay, you don't have any one particular breed in your community. Okay. You are referring to, guys, I'm coming. Guys, give me. Okay, let me see. Okay. So if you are referring to all the birds, all the chickens in your community as local chickens, then what gives you the ability? Guys, someone is trying to wow. I'm coming. Okay, so if you create your breed, it's not a hybrid. Okay, even though you may call it a hybrid, it's not a hybrid. It's a local breed. It's a local breed. Okay, you are using the local chickens and then that pure breed, and that Rhode Island Red you are getting is also a heritage breed. So if you bring them together, you've created a unique breed which is local hybrid. So their offspring will give you more eggs than their parents, the local hens, the pure hens, the pure local hens. And remember, I'm telling you, they are not pure local hens. They are also being formed from different genes. So here, what you need to understand is you are creating your own unique the So you are mindful of the chicken breeds you have in your farm. Okay, now the people that are on this channel for some time now, they know that if you want to raise local chickens, you have to go around and sort your chickens, and you are not going to get all your chickens with one particular farmer. You have to get 2 from here, 3 from here, 10 from here, 5 from here and there. So there is no unique breed you are working with. But whenever it comes to the commercial scaling, you must know that if you go to a commercial farm, a commercial layer farm, you see that they have a unique breed. Let's say the Isa Brown is unique. We have the Leghorn White is unique. We have the Highland is unique. Okay, so if you are a local chicken farmer, you want to go into local chicken farming, the first strategy you have to work with is which kind of breed are you going to work with? Your unique breed. So if you've gotten your local breed, your pure local breed, now you are not going to always be wandering around to sort for birds. So this is where you have to bring in these roasters and then create your own unique local breed. Okay, so if you cross Rhode Island Red, you are star, stay up, have a great day. I love you, baby. So if you create your own unique breed, then you are working with something unique. Okay, you are working with a unique breed, not a local breed or what you've started with. So now, since you are commercializing everything, now you know that you are working with this kind of breed. You know their laying performance, you know their laying percentage, you know how their performance is, you understand them. Okay, you understand them better than getting different kinds of birds every day after a laying cycle, after 2 years or 3 years. Local chickens can live long. So You keep them 4 or 5 years. After 5 years, you go around and sort birds all over again. No, don't do that. Okay, the system I'm using is I get those high gene laying birds. I get their roosters. I have the Rhode Island Red. I have the Leghorn White. And now I'm going in for the Plymouth Rock. Okay, but I understand Rhode Island Red and then the Leghorn White better. Okay, I know their ability. These are high laying chickens. They have it in their gene. Okay, if you ask me how come, that's how come God created them. I'm not their creator. The only thing is we understand their ability. So that is their ability. They can lay more eggs. Okay, they have it in their gene. Like we have white, we have blacks. How come? That is how we have been created. So they are also being created to be high laying chickens. So if they are created in that manner, then I have to, okay, you know what I'm talking about. So I have to think ahead and get them and then use them to the best of their advantage. That is why they have been created. So I understand these two breeds, the Leghorn White and then the Rhode Island Red. They are very good whenever it comes to egg laying. So in my farm, I'm using the Rhode Island Red in one particular clan and I'm using the Leghorn White for another clan. So after the chicks, we have the offspring. They are my own unique breed. Okay, that I'm raising as layers. So this is what I want to talk to you about. That the breed. So after selling the first batch, I kept 10, and then they have started laying. Okay, 16 weeks, 4 days, they started laying. So you can see how their genes are being improved. Instead of them to start laying like 20 weeks or 24 weeks after 5 months or 6 months, if they are pure locals, just using that strategy of getting a high laying gene that start to lay at an early stage, you breed it with the local chickens. The local chickens also start to lay in week 16, 17, 18. Okay, now based on their laying pattern as compared to their parents, you can see that the ones that I have now, as they've started laying, they are laying consistently. Okay, they are not breaking the pattern. They are laying consistently. So we are entering into the second week and they are still laying. So I'm monitoring their laying performance. Okay, I'm monitoring their laying performance and then they are laying consistently. And what I've noticed is 2 of them are laying small eggs. The eggs are very small, but one started laying and then the egg is very big. And then the first 2-3 days, the ones that are laying small eggs begin to lay medium-sized eggs. Okay, so I'm monitoring the size of the eggs and then the way or the rate at which they are laying. And then, guys, I can frankly tell you that they are going to perform better than their parents. Okay, because they have a gene, they have acquired a gene that gives them that hybrid vigor. Okay, so they just don't grow faster. Their laying performance also improved. Okay, so now I'm just waiting to see if they will also be exhibiting that broodiness. Okay, if they've actually acquired that broody gene from their mothers, they will exhibit it. So I'm monitoring whether they will be laying, let's say, 20 eggs and then they will become broody. So we are entering the second week, and in the first week, that is what I'm sharing with you. Their laying performance is very, very good, very high. Every blessed day they lay. Every blessed day they lay. They are laying consistently. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, they lay. Okay, they lay. So if you are a local chicken farmer, you cannot just stuck at one corner and say, local chickens don't do this. Local chickens are doing this. Local chickens are doing this. Remember, those that are producing the commercial layers, they are also depending on the heritage breeds to form the commercial birds that we are using as layers, because they understand that every breed has its own uniqueness whenever it comes to the laying ability, growth, size. They understand that every breed is unique. So if I'm able to blend two different breeds, then I'll get what they call hybrid, or I'll get a unique bird from them, and then they will inherit these two characteristics or traits from their parents, and they will be able to perform better than their parents. So they are also the commercial farms or the commercial producers of the commercial chickens. They are also depending on the local chickens, what they are calling heritage breeds. They are also depending on them to form their commercial layers. You can equally do same as a local chicken farmer. That is the strategy, the number one strategy you have to focus on, learning about the unique genes of chickens and how you can improve upon the genes of the local birds. Okay, how you can improve upon it. So guys, that is what I am doing, and that is what I'm practicing, just improving upon the genes of the local chickens. I have the parent stock that are pure locals, which I've sorted from the community, and then I got them a unique breed, and this breed is a rooster. I'm not using their hen, no. The unique breed is just a rooster, crossing them, keeping them, and then I'm moving forward. Okay, so that is the first week. After the first week, that is the overview, that is the review of how the chickens are laying. Very, very good. And then the performance is also okay, moderate. So guys, we will continue to monitor them, and then from September, that is where I'm going to scale up, because I've also learned about the pattern. So guys, the stream has crashed, but that is what I would like to share with you in this particular stream, and I think we will connect. So guys, you cannot afford to miss any of these lessons and the journeys. I told you from the beginning, I'm going to share with you all the facts, all the systems that I'm using to make money and how I'm making money. Now, someone may ask, what about the cost of the eggs of these breeds? It's just the same as that of their parents. The cost is the same, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. The cost is the same. So if I'm getting 15 eggs from the parent a month, and I've created a breed that is giving me 25 eggs a month, then I've drastically improved upon my profit margin, okay? Because the feed remains the same, the feed cost remains the same, the feed consumption remains the same, but the egg laying performance has improved. Okay, so guys, these systems are there to help us make more money whenever it comes to raising chickens. So why do people choose commercial layers? Because they lay more eggs, so they want to capitalize on their ability of laying more eggs to make more money. That is why they are going into the commercial layers, because they understand that our local chickens don't lay more eggs. So you have to find out systems to help you create a unique breed that will lay more eggs, and more eggs mean more money. So if their egg is priced the same as that of their parent, then you'll be making more money. So guys, that is all I have for you in this particular video. Someone may talk about, let's say, the quality of the egg is just the same. Okay, so guys, that is what I would like to share with you. So you cannot afford to miss any of this particular journey. Subscribe, follow, and then I'll catch you up in another one just like this. Okay, bye bye for now.